Close to nature is close to your world. Myron Homes, Cherubic Farms at Chevilla, 7799 949104.
So I think Bay Window is basically a home decor lifestyle brand which is aimed at giving very high quality and well designed furniture at very affordable prices. So like you said, right, you see so many things coming out in the market.
Especially the dividers, if you have something different, dividers.
Yes.
Or you can just explain this.
Sure.
Yeah.
So here we've created full concepts. So these are our inspiration zones. You see, we have paid a lot of attention to detail in the partition. So this is our abacus partition. The abacus is, used since millennia. It was used to do mathematics back in the day, and now we've reimagined it, used it as a partition, and this is something that is easy to replicate also, right? So if someone likes this room as it is, this can be replicated by them on site. We've used very soothing colors on the walls, textures. Furniture goes in beautifully. So what happens is when you come in, this is an inspiration zone. You can get inspired and you can pick up the whole thing as it is. Or if you don't want to pick up, you want to mix and match, we have a team of stylists who will help you mix and match, see what goes on well with your interiors, with your look.
And
Sometimes
themes you're working on.
so themes, basically we have furniture which are three types. One, if you ask me, is modern, where you see very straight lines, sleek furniture. One is more, I would say, retro chic, where there's fun prints, little experimental. We have different kinds of bone inlay, and one is a little more ethnic in the sense that we'll have some kind of ikat prints. We are trying to do traditional, little bit of carving. So exactly. So something like this. You see this unit here. This is all fully hand carved in solid wood. It has these nice brass knobs as handles, and it's very functional. And what we've done is we've paired it with a very country looking table. So it's not necessary that if you have a carving side unit, you have to have a carving table. You can really mix and match the styles and come up with your own concept that goes with your personality.
So what coming latest in this type, like nowadays, what people loving about the luxury furniture?
The three things, okay. So I think right now what is happening is people are getting very experimental. So they're open to new colors, new designs, they're looking to mix and match things. What is coming in is a fusion style. So like I said, not your whole room has to look the same way, or not your whole house has to look the same way. You can have a very classical sideboard with a very modern table, but it still goes well together, right? And I think a lot of new fabrics, one of the new fabrics we've been seeing which are trending are boucle. So boucle are these soft teddy type fabrics. You get them in a lot of colors. We have a couple of sofas in boucle fabrics. So, these are the top three things, if you ask me, which are trending right now. And yeah, you'll see a little bit of that all over the
place. You will give as an interior designer, if somebody going for interior for their house, what three things they need to take care of?
So I think one is space planning. That's one of the biggest things, right? So furniture can make your space look very big and spacious, and the wrong furniture can make your space look very cramped and small. So space planning is very important. Second is just to see that the design elements align. So there should be some sort of continuity in the furniture, and they don't have to be matchy. And I think the third and the most important thing is that it should feel like a part of you. It cannot be forced. You have to love the furniture because it's your home, it's your house. You live in it every day. You breathe, eat, sleep around that. So most importantly, it should be yours.
So what are the three colors you think are good for some rooms? If I ask you, what is the three best color for bedrooms?
three best color for bedrooms. I think if you're looking at kids' rooms, something bright always works, like blues, greens, pinks are great because they're bright, but they're not, you don't get tired of them. Something like an orange or yellow, you might get tired, or your children grow up and they don't want it, you know. For something like a master bedroom, we would always suggest a beige or a grey, because then a lot of color can come in with your accessories, your bed throws, linens, and you can keep changing the look. So in summer you can have a different look, winter you can have a different look. If we have elderly people in the house, usually they prefer lighter tones, so we always suggest light creams or light whites, very light mint colors, because they prefer spaces to look more open. So these are the kind of color suggestions we
Drawing
do.
room, the sitting area.
Honestly, drawing room really depends. You can go from a cream white boucle sofa to a dark blue or a dark green sofa. Depends on what you like, and also I think it depends a lot on the lifestyle, right? So if you have kids or if you have pets, we always recommend that don't do very light, because it's always hard to maintain. We can do darker colors, but if you are, you know, kid-free, pet-free kind of homes, you can really do light colors. Because for us, we also want that, you know, in a year or two, you are still happy with furniture. It should not happen that, oh, when you get it, it's like great, but 6 months later, you feel that, oh, they should have told me, or we shouldn't have bought this, you know. So we always try and understand the lifestyle before we give any
So what do you think
suggestions.
right now is very important to buy furniture, or eco, like a middle class family want to have a good interior house? So how you can, like, what is the least cost they can start and end with?
Honestly, you know, I think the most important thing with furniture is that it has to be good quality and
Pocket friendly.
yeah, and of course pocket friendly, which is why you need bay window. But I think right now what is happening is there are so many, like you said, brands in the market, that it's important that everybody does their research and their homework, because it's very easy to make the wrong decision. So, you know, wherever you see furniture, to understand what is the kind of fabrics that are being used, or what kind of materials are being used, what are you paying for at the end of the day, right? That should be a priority that we should always
If
find
you have
out.
to design a house, the least cost and the highest cost, if you can say.
From bathing,
The least. If you have
So-
to design whole house.
the whole house, if you have to do 2 BHK house, we can do it within about 2.5-3 lakhs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Highest?
Highest maybe around 10.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you get the most expensive things, right? So if you take the highest quality leather sofa, or if you take our most expensive table, then of course it will push it up. But we will always say balance. So where you have more guests coming, we will say maybe do a little more expensive. And where there are certain areas which are not so used, you can do something very nice, but it doesn't have to be so expensive. So we will help budget also the whole house. This is a living area. What we've done is we've done a living and a small dining, because often we don't have 2 different rooms as living and dining. So this is a partition that sets it apart from the entire house. Here we've gone very fun and cute and colorful. So we have these nice pink sofas with gold legs. With that, we've added these very sleek, modern looking chairs. These chairs are about 22,000, just to give you an idea of pricing. You can sit comfortably, they have a lot of depth, you can lounge, you know, because when you have friends over, you want to be comfortable. You will not sit like a guest like this. So you can adjust the cushion at the back, and so easily here in a setting like this, we can have about 7 people seating, and if you want more seating, we can always add poofs or ottomans, which are also part of our range. So we also have lamps. Lighting is part of our core category. We have floor lamps, table lamps and ceiling lamps. So what we've done is we've gotten these beautiful lamps which are available in different heights and different shapes. So something like this really complements the room, right? Because it's quirky, it's fun, yet it's not very offbeat. So it goes with the aesthetic. And then this paired with the black frame of the chairs or with the black marble of the coffee table kind of ties the whole room together.
So basically a drawing room with the
Dining.
hall, you're trying to
Correct.
just explain
Yeah.
the mirror and
Yeah, sure.
all combinations.
So here what we've done is, because we have a lot happening there, here we've kept it a little easy on the eyes. We have done a round table. Typically this can fit 4 to 5 chairs. We've only put 3 for display, so you can admire the legs of the table, which is actually what sets it apart. Yeah.
The traditional embodied,
Yes.
yeah, the legs are different.
The legs of the table are very different. And so then we have paired it with these chairs, which have this nice beautiful detail in the, yes, and these rivets on the border. And we've put a mirror here which also has little carving. So this room is complete
Why the mirror
as
is
it is.
there?
So it makes the space look bigger, right? Mirrors will, they always make the space look bigger because it makes it look as if it's double the area. So mirrors here and there are always recommended. We always recommend as per Vastu also, because there are certain places where we don't want mirrors, we would not recommend them there. Vastu has been such a age-old tradition, right? And in some way or the other, it's followed across the world, whether we call it Feng Shui or Vastu, and a lot of it is based in science. While of course, there are certain modifications that people do along to fit into their modern lives, I think the basics of Vastu are still important, and we can put some thought into it and for sure follow it. Yeah, thank you.